Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Ready, Set, Recap, where we recap what's been going on. I'm Daniel, joined as always by my best friend, Skyler.
Very happy to be here.
Wow. It almost sounded like you meant that.
Hey, I did.
Oh, okay.
Probably.
Okay. Well, until probably, I believed you that. I actually believed you the second time.
There's no way of knowing. Hell, I don't even know anymore.
It's been a long 2 weeks, let me tell you. This week, in the news, we've got more unfortunate news coming out of WWE. Nintendo has made a good announcement and a bad announcement. Xbox is doing something pretty cool. PlayStation, not so much. And much, much more over in the TV and movie side of things. But Skyler, before we get into any of that, what have you been up to these last 2 weeks?
I saw Mortal Kombat 2 in the movie theater.
Whoa. Huge if true.
It is true.
Oh my
Probably. Yeah, I feel like sometimes I'm in the minority of people who actually liked the first one of these.
Okay.
I mean, every time people talk about it, it's just like, oh yeah, Mortal Kombat. No, I get it. I understand. But I did enjoy the first one, despite the fact that there is no actual Mortal Kombat tournament in it. The second one does have a Mortal Kombat tournament in it. So,
pretty good.
Now what do you got to complain about? Well, I guess you could complain about trying to cram a lot of characters in, and the pacing is kind of whack, and sometimes the story is a little whatever, and then there's certain story and character decisions made in this movie.
Yeah.
Kind of make the first movie feel pointless.
But other than
take
that,
all that away, I think it's really fun. Yeah, no, I think it's on the level of the first one. My enjoyment of it.
Other than those 6 or 7 issues, it's a perfect movie. Yeah, I mean, I would have pretty much expected it to be basically the same as the first one, in that it's like, is it a good movie? Like, probably not, but it's fun.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I think it's a thumbs up from me.
Good.
Let's see, what else did I do? There was wrestling, but we didn't watch it because we were busy.
Backlash.
Backlash happened.
Yeah.
I watched Survivor, but we can talk about that. I watched the penultimate episode of The Boys.
Oh yeah.
Only one episode left.
Has that turned around? Last time I remember you were saying that it's a good season, but not feeling like it's going to wrap up in a satisfying way.
Yeah, we're still there.
Okay,
we're still feeling that.
Not a great place to be with one episode left.
They finally no spoilers right now, or ever, because you haven't watched it, but it's fine.
I'll get to it at some point.
They finally did something that makes it feel like oh, this is the final season because they did this, but again, we only have one episode to pay off everything after that. So
Jack Quaid finally got his butt out.
He did that in season 3 at the latest. Okay. He may have done it before. But
so now he's doing full frontal.
Jack Quaid has not done full frontal yet.
He can't. He's Superman.
We've seen many penises in this show, so we don't need to see Jack Quaid's penis.
No,
you can put that on the poster. We don't need to see it. But I mean, if they chose to, one episode left. They got one shot, one chance.
One shot. Do not miss your chance to penis.
That's right. Anything else? Oh, yeah. I got one cute little thing to add. There's a game that has come out recently that I have played. It's called Far Far West on Steam. It is the newest friend slop where you and your friends play as little robot cowboys and run around a map, basically like Helldivers, and do objectives and meet little cute characters and fight little ghosts. It's fun. It is fun.
You know what's crazy is I must not have friends because I've not even heard of this game.
You could get it and we could play it. Let's do it. Art style wise, it feels very Sea of Thieves to me, and that could be because you fight a lot of skeletons and there's big glowy skeleton heads in the sky. But the vibe is you're a cute little robot cowboy, and you get a little horse, and you ride around, and then the music is fun. I don't know what else to say.
That does sound cute. I assume that you also finished Daredevil Born Again.
Oh yeah,
That would have technically been last week.
Thank you. Yeah,
Yeah.
not only did I finish watching Born Again season 2, I did watch the Punisher special as well,
I
which we can talk about.
I did too. Yeah, I watched both.
Mm-hmm.
And I will say I
Mm-hmm.
really like Daredevil 2.
Mm-hmm.
The ending not my favorite, but
Mm-hmm.
I think the Punisher thing
Mm-hmm.
very bad. Like completely pointless.
I don't know if I'd say very bad, but I'll say I wasn't feeling it.
Yeah. It's also weird cuz it's like I know it doesn't matter, but I am like there's five that like I shouldn't be doing this every time that we see something happening in New York in a Marvel thing, but I'm like
Uh-huh.
there's no shot. Like there's no shot that any neighborhood in New York has this much crime happening and only one guy is there. There's no fucking way.
Yeah,
The
especially since in Daredevil you learn that there's characters like the Swordsman and what's the name of the White Tiger?
right, yeah.
They're just running around doing stuff off screen.
Hector Ayala, yeah. Well,
Yeah. I almost said Wildcat. Full disclosure, I was like, no, that's not it. That's something else.
it's not far off though. It
Yeah, but if I had said it, comments.
true. Absolutely
So
true.
I need everyone to know I'm human, and I stopped myself from error. Um, yeah, no, I think what I wasn't vibing with was tonally. It was like we want to take the heavy, grounded drama, mental health of Frank Castle that we've already covered
We've already done a lot of
extensively in his show, um, and in now multiple seasons of Daredevil. We've covered all of that, but we need to do it again. But we also want to just have our own little John Wick thing, and we
yeah.
wanted to be killing thousands of dudes. And
It's
so
apparently
so
exactly 100 dudes, much like Zorro.
oh well, at least Zorro counted for us.
True, and I
That was
appreciate that.
cool. Yeah, yeah.
For me, I had to have
Um.
Eric Voss count for me from New Rockstars.
Oh, thank you, New Rockstars. Yeah, I just think to blend like the Punisher Netflix show with the vibes of Punisher Warzone, which granted, very much Punisher comic coded, that is, but
Mm.
I just don't. I think it felt really messy here.
I
Again, I'm not
agree.
gonna give it a full proper thumbs down, but I'm not gonna say like, well, if you're going to see Spider-Man, you have because the Punisher's in
No,
it, you
yeah.
have to watch this. No,
I
no,
don't
you
think
don't.
this is going to have a single
You
second
don't.
of bearing on
You
Spider-Man.
probably don't even. You probably don't even have to watch the last couple Spider-Man movies, to be honest. Just go. Who
I mean,
cares?
yeah, probably. I mean, he's kind of getting a reset, so fuck it,
Yeah, a little
really.
bit. I mean, sure.
Yeah, it was for me. It was more not necessarily that, like it was, I guess, bad in and of itself, right? Like, the acting is kind of whatever. I do think he went too big in a couple of places, and I think the writing in general is just like not 100% there, but it's not like terrible. I think for me, the bigger thing is I'm just like, what was the point of it? Like, what did we get out of this? Like,
Punisher killed guys. That was the
he
point.
killed, yeah, and that's just not enough for me, I guess. It's because
No.
the other half of it is like because it's 50 minutes, and I would say about 25 minutes of it is him shooting dudes or
How long?
variously murdering dudes.
How long was Werewolf by Night? Was that 50 minutes as well?
I don't know, probably somewhere in there. I couldn't tell you off the top of my head.
Hmm. I need to rewatch that. I haven't watched that for a while,
Right.
and it's good
It's
from what I
good. I
remember.
like that one a lot. Yeah, I do think this is the weakest of the now three special presentations. I will say that strongly.
Hmm.
Um, but yeah, then the other 25 minutes is like effectively him in an empty room screaming at nothing.
Yeah, and you know what I take umbrage with?
Yeah.
That's Frank. Curtis is your friend. He wouldn't say those things to you.
I was surprised to see multiple because he's seen. This is it's not a spoil. I don't know what the fuck there is to spoil in this, so I'm sorry if I do.
Frank Castle kills some
He kills
guys.
some dudes, but he's like seeing ghosts of people, sort of, and like half of them aren't dead. Like Karen's there.
No.
And it did make me go like, where's Micro? Where's Girl from season 2 I didn't watch?
Oh, we can't have Micro back because he's the Thing now.
Sure, I guess.
And Girl from season 2 is Shea Wiggum's daughter, whatever. Remember her name?
Couldn't tell you.
From Ted.
Or what about like that guy who turned into Jigsaw?
Oh,
he was a friend who turned into a villain. That's clearly somebody who should be yelling obscenities at you from the grave or whatever.
Can I spoil? Do we spoiler? Do we spoiler
from
Punisher
the
season
Netflix stuff? Well, because we don't the Netflix
from
stuff
the
is
Netflix
like,
era.
It's like maybe not even canon for fully. So
no, it's Daredevil has decided at least all of Daredevil is canon. So I think we're just gonna ride. We're gonna let it ride.
Let it ride.
Jigsaw's not coming back. Is what I'm gonna say.
I haven't seen it. I assumed he was dead because that's what happens with people who the Punisher doesn't like.
That's typically what happens.
That's kind of the thing he does, is kill dudes.
All I'm gonna say is he's not coming back.
Yeah, that sounds about right. And then Daredevil, like, I really can't talk about the things I didn't like about the ending without spoiling it. So I do think I would still give the whole season like an 8.5 out of 10. Like, it's very good. I just think the way that it ended in reality versus how they want you to feel about it is like, hey man, I don't think you hit the nail on the head on that one.
I think the main complaint that people are having is something that can be fixed depending on where we go in season 3.
I'm very confused by what season 3 is going to be, because that's going to be like post Doomsday at this point.
But I kind of wasn't a huge fan of basically the entire climax of that episode. But again, can't describe it without spoiling it. Which we are like 2 weeks behind. But
we can dance around it a little bit for sure.
We'll give it a little bit more breathing room.
There's a very specific. They spent the 2 seasons of Daredevil Born Again using a lot of like visual language that mirrors real world events.
A specific real world event.
And a very specific, and they use it as like, shorthand for, getting across emotions that we're all feeling right now. And they do that again in the finale, but I think they use it badly. I think that they kind of chose the wrong people to be a part of it.
They chose the wrong side doing the wrong thing.
Doing the thing, yeah. And it's just
very
like,
odd.
It's
the fact that like we haven't discussed this already privately or anything, but like we both feel the same thing. Like the visual language is like this is January 6th. Yeah,
okay. So and it's so okay. We'll talk spoilers for like a minute here. If you don't want to hear it, skip ahead. We still won't spoil like the very ending, but I want to talk about this part. Is like the Daredevil supporters are outside of the courthouse, like doing what they've done for the entire previous season is just basically peacefully protesting, and then one of the not ICE agents like has a face turn sort of and lets them in, and you're like, oh okay, they're gonna go in and like be present or like no, they're walking in chanting like kill Fisk.
It plays out like this whole season, the people of New York have been manipulated and fear-mongered and downtrodden and abused. And it leads to this boiling point of, I understand it's like, viva la revolution, fight the evil powers that be. I understand that. But to tie it so similarly with visual language that makes you think of January 6th.
Yeah.
Which those were not downtrodden people.
They were not good people.
They were just a bunch of buffoons that were misled by
some other buffoons.
real life kingpin, I suppose you could say.
A little bit. And I do feel like kind of the only reason that they did that was to get people into the courthouse that Fisk could then punch in the face. You know what I mean? Like, that's kind of what it feels like.
We need to get past this era of history where every villain in every piece of media is just Trump.
Is just Trump.
Like, I get it. I understand. Work with what you got.
Yeah.
But Kingpin's Trump, Homelander's Trump.
We're gonna
Trump's gonna show up on Survivor. I don't know what's going on, man. Now.
He's gonna be like, I've got the twists. I've got the best twists.
Yeah, he's gonna drown Rizzo in the sea.
At this point, I would drown Rizzo in the sea.
That's the twist.
Is that your week? Can I talk about Survivor now? Which is a good transition point if you don't have anything else.
Now that we've now that I've hyped up bad things and talked crap about good things, yeah, let's move on.
So we have, much like the boys, I guess, we have one episode left of Survivor 50. And we have officially hit the part of the season where I no longer care who wins, because all the people who are left I don't think are deserving of the win. And so it's just going to be like, okay, yeah, I guess that person won. I do think at this point it's probably going to be one of the girls. I don't see Rizzo making Final 3, and if he does, I don't really see anybody voting for him.
No one on the jury is going to vote for him.
Rizzo and Joe, I think, have the hardest track to getting votes at the end. Because I think unless Cerie's going to Ponderosa and like hyping him up and being like, oh no, like he was right there with me for all the things, which she's not going to, historically she's not going to do, then everything that he's going to go to Final Tribal and be like, I did this and I did this and I did this, he didn't. Like, he was part of it, but Cerie was the one pulling the strings.
Yeah.
So I think he's going to have a tough road. He could win. It's possible. I think, he's got for sure a better chance than Joe, possibly a better chance than Jonathan, because I don't think that Jonathan will do a good job talking himself up, even though I do think he's made bigger plays.
Right now, I think this is Tiffany's game to lose.
I agree. I think Tiffany is in a better position to not get voted out. There's only, so you haven't watched before, so we're at the final 5. So there will be one more vote where someone gets removed that way, which Rizzo will be safe from because he'll have his idol. So he's going to make it to final 4. Unless he doesn't play it for some fucking reason, which I don't think his first season, he also had an idol the whole time and didn't play it, but this one's for 2 million, so he fucking better.
He's gotta play that.
And then at final 4, one person will win individual immunity. They'll basically pick someone else to be safe, and then the remaining 2 will go into a fire making challenge. Traditionally, I guess season 50 has been a fairly non-traditional season, so they might do something else, but that's what it has been historically.
He did say, like, there's the 3 fan votes left. Are we going to do this? Are we going to do this? Are we going to do the fire making challenge? And I upon hearing it, I was like, well, I would assume yes to all of them.
I think people generally like fire making because I don't know what else it would be. Like, if they replace it with just another vote, then that sucks. Like, that's a bad replacement. If they replace it with a different challenge, that could be good, because then it's not just like who can make fire better, which it's been for like 20 seasons, it feels like. Mm-hmm. So if they replace it with a different challenge, like, sure, cool, okay, maybe. Rizzo's gone out on fire making before, and I can't remember if Aubrey has, but I wouldn't be surprised. She's played it 2 other times. I know Joe didn't. I don't think Jonathan did, and I know Tiffany didn't. So Rizzo's the only one who's been to fire making that I'm aware of. Before
watching this week's episode, you and I had a discussion of like who you'd like to see win. And you gave me 2 names.
Yeah. And
those 2 names, in the order you gave me them, were voted out this week.
It's really, and like, here's the thing. If you're one of the 5 people left alive, like, those are the people that you want to vote out for sure, because they're the people who play the best and are the like. If Devins are to remake it to Final 5, they win every time. Mm-hmm. But I'm so disappointed that didn't happen, because like not that I hate any of the people left, because I really don't. Like, Joe's boring, but I enjoy basically everyone who was on this season. But it is a situation where, like, you look at Rizzo, you look at Aubrey, you look at the people who are left, and you're like, you're just not on the same level. And like, now you're gonna win, and it's gonna look like you're on the same level. Like, there was a bit where and hopefully you don't remember the names that he said, but I think Rizzo or somebody was like, Saria's better than this person, and they're better than this person, even though they never won. And both of the people that he named had won multiple times. And that's true. Saria is a better player than both of those people. And it's going to be a situation again this season where multiple of the people who did not win this season very clearly played better games than the one who won. But there's going to be chuds who are like, oh, well, clearly Jonathan played the best season because he won. And it's like, well, no, he got dragged to the end as a goat and then got one extra vote or whatever's going to end up happening. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So, like, if Aubrey wins, it's like, well, she didn't really start playing until, like, 3 episodes before the end. You know what I mean? Like, she was kind of just coasting.
She played the middle for a while and then started making her dastardly moves, which, hey, that's a tactic. So.
I mean, if it works, it works. But there is a part of it where it's like, it doesn't really feel like you did much. Like, it's a win's a win, but it's not an exciting win. And I feel like when you're playing a television competition, it should be an exciting win. Like, maybe that's just me. I don't know. If or when, hopefully when I eventually get on Survivor, the chances of me actually winning pretty low. So I'm gonna just play basically like Devin.
Yeah,
I'm just gonna, like, I really do think that that's pretty close. Just doing stupid shit for the fun of it. That feels like what would be my tactic.
Well, at least you won't be the first person to shit their pants.
It's all uphill from here, you know what I mean? Or downhill. It's all downwind from here.
Oh.
But yeah, so season 50, I think, has been a real mixed bag, and it's mostly because I think a lot of the twists have been really bad and have screwed over people who should have still been in the game. But it is what it is. I've also been able to play a lot of games, which has been pretty cool. Finished High on Life 2. I don't know that it's a great game, but I had a lot of fun with it. I think that it does a lot of really interesting things. Basically, every level feels like a different game.
That's more than you could say for the first one, right? Because you didn't like the first one.
I was pretty lackluster on the first one. I think I haven't played it in a long time, but I think for that one I found the comedy more grating than I found it here. The gameplay is basically the same between the two, to be honest. So I don't feel really any better about that, but I do think the writing is maybe a little bit more fun, and the things that you do are more fun. But yeah, it's basically the same video game. But it's got some really good. The place where you get all the fun is from the guns, like your character, your guns can talk. For people who don't know High on Life, which is probably most people listening. Like one of your guns is JB Smoove, and one's Tim Robinson. You know what I mean?
Those are good, funny people.
And it does feel like a lot of the time it's just them vamping. Like, it does feel like they didn't have a script, which is sometimes bad and sometimes good. But for Tim Robinson, I think that that's pretty positive, and then for other people, maybe not so much. Or you have this one gun called Travis, who is going through a divorce with a different gun.
Oh no!
And then you get the second gun, and you get them back together, and now they're akimbo pistols, and it's really funny. It's genuinely a good bit. So I don't know. I definitely like it more than the first one. I still don't know that I would necessarily recommend it to people because it is pretty clunky to play. But I did watch the whole movie, The Spookies, with the, the cast of Red Letter Media. So so a win's a win, I guess. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we like that.
I also played Kiln, the new Double Fine game.
Yeah.
And I've learned a lot about
Kiln.
About kilns. No. What I've learned a lot is that people who talk about video games online don't know fucking anything.
Okay.
The number of podcasts or reviews of Kiln that I've listened to where they don't know how to say kiln or what a kiln is is really funny.
There's a great Auntie Donna skit where they're in the kiln. Go watch that. Go watch Auntie Donna.
Good. Yeah. Well, there's one guy who was calling it Kiln, and it's who are we killing? That he kept thinking that was what it was. It wasn't named after a kiln that you fire pottery in, but it was because it's a fighting game, sort of it's a party brawler.
It's a kiln.
I don't know. It's really cute. There's a lot of fun creativity. One of the ones that was going around online that I didn't see is someone who made a pot that just looks like Marge Simpson. And
Okay.
I think that's really funny. I saw like someone just made a cigarette. Like there's a lot of just like very creative things going on. And is the fighting in that game like super fun? No, it's pretty clunky, but it's a fun little party game. It is as good I don't know. It is as good a multiplayer game as like Castle Crashers is a good beat 'em up. You know what I mean? Where it's like, is it actually a good game? Probably not, but like you're just having a fun time fucking around with your friends. Like this isn't really a live service game. It's not one that they're going to support long term. It's one that was built on a shoestring budget. You know, this is a game that's going to survive for like a year, maybe two or whatever, and then it will just like slowly not have support. Like it's already I mean its player base is still higher than some other games. That it's frankly a little surprising, but like I don't see this being a game that's going to like really take off and be a huge hit long term, but it's definitely worth like a weekend. You know what I mean? Like just give it a couple little games. I think it's cute. But the big one I played this week, actually just played it like a couple days ago, is called Mixtape. I assume you've seen this online somewhere because it's been
I have heard of
big
Mixtape.
talk lately. So Mixtape is sort of, people keep saying it's in the style of Life is Strange, and I get that in that it's not a game that you like do fighting in. I think that's like, it's one of those ones where you walk around and talk about stuff. It's one of those kind of
narrative
games. Yeah,
narrative adventure.
And I don't know that it's a really like Life is Strange so much because you're not really making choices. It's very much you're just kind of like doing mini games during the story that you're being told. And I have seen complaints of people being like, "Oh, like this should just be a movie. I don't see what the point of it being a game is." I do think it's this like coming of age story about these kids on their last day of high school, before they all go their separate ways, right? And I do think because it takes place in sort of a nondescript like 90s, early 2000s time period, that it being a video game instead of a movie forces you to engage with it more in a way that people often don't with movies anymore, where like they're always like on their phone or like doing some second screen shit and it's just like up and they're kind of listening to it, whereas it being a game like forces you, I feel like, to really engage with the story and the characters more. And I think that's a really good choice. This is probably going to be by the end of the year still on my like short list for game of the year. I think, just to cut to the chase, I think it's really fucking good. It's actually outstanding. It comes from an Australian team, I believe, called Beethoven and Dinosaur, who previously I think have only done a game called Artful Escape, which I did not enjoy as much. It's very pretty, but was just like not my thing. And the concept is the main character, Stacy, wants to go to New York and give a mixtape to some director or whatever, because she wants to be a music supervisor, who is the person who chooses what songs play at certain points in movies. And that's what this whole game is that this is your last day with your friends in this small town that you grew up in, and every moment in that day she's created a playlist of like what song is going to play during it. And it's really good. Like one of the first things that is said in the game, and this will, I think, be a litmus test for whether or not people enjoy it. It's like whether or not you roll your eyes at the sentence. Is she says, and always make a soundtrack, because pretty soon you won't be listening to music, you'll be listening to who you were. And if that's the kind of thing where you're like, ugh, then like go back to Call of Duty, this isn't for you. But if you're like, that's interesting, okay, I want to see where that conversation goes, then absolutely go play this. It's on Game Pass. It is on every single platform known to God for $20. It is the easiest entry into what is probably going to be nominated for Game of the Year at the end of the year. Absolutely give this game a play. Literally everybody. Even if you don't play really a ton of games, this is very light on gameplay, frankly. And it is absolutely worth the like 3-ish hours it takes to finish it. So, big recommendation on that one. For sure.
All right, you've sold me on actually trying this for myself. I feel like the line you just gave us.
Yeah.
I'll have to hear it in the game to know how cringe that actually is. I think you're on the line there.
It's very,
you're on the borderline.
It's very like John Hughes. You know what I mean? Like
I got
you know how Ferris Bueller is a high schooler, but he's talking in a way where it's like, oh, he's already got like this knowledge of like
life
what
comes at you fast.
Yeah, where he already like has like a wisdom that a high schooler wouldn't have. It's very much that. It's more fantastical than that. I mean, granted, there's the scene in Ferris Bueller where he does the fucking like the parade bit. That's like that's a little bit fantastical. This goes well beyond that. So it's almost like John Hughes by way, which I don't actually even know if Ferris Bueller is John Hughes.
It is.
I just there's, but it's like if John Hughes and the like Bill and Ted guy like made a video game. Whoever did Bill and Ted.
Now it's obviously music is a big part of this game,
right? Yeah.
What are we working with here? Did they actually get licensed music? Is there originals for this? Or?
There is some original music. It is mostly licensed music. Some of it is like really big name music that you will recognize immediately. Others of it is names of bands that you'll recognize, but you won't recognize the song because it's just some like B-side from some their sixth album.
I know every song ever, so I won't be surprised.
Okay, cool. Good. And then there's a couple of bands where it's like I didn't know who they were at all. But it runs the gamut. Like there's a Devo song, there's a Smashing Pumpkins song, there's a Susie and the Banshees.
I wouldn't want to ask what songs because that seems like that's
part of it.
Is hearing
and they don't
when they come in. So
yeah, like the trailer just like hits bullet points of like these are all the bands that are in the thing, and I do think that almost like undersells it a little bit of just being like because I feel like that makes it sound like the whole thing is just like watch these music videos, which like that's part of it for sure. But the story that they're telling through those songs, I think, is way better. You know what I mean? Like it's the difference between listening to a greatest hits of the Beatles and watching Across the Universe. You know what I mean? Like those are two different things, and they're both good. You would enjoy both separately, but then they come together, and you're like, oh, fuck, sick. I'm crying.
All right, very good.
Hey, let's get into the news.
The news.
So this was last week, but I think it's definitely still worth talking about. There was an extension on the release window for WWE talent, which according to some people may still not be closed. There's some like gray area of like people are thinking some other people might quote unquote depart the company in the next couple of weeks. Still
possible.
The huge names here, maybe we should start with the smaller ones, is two people from the Bloodline, sort of, have left. JC Mateo and Tongaloa, both of whom were actually released.
Yeah.
JC Mateo, previously known as Jeff Cobb. This is everyone we're going to talk about today, I think, is a surprise. But cutting somebody from the Bloodline, I think, is shocking.
Especially the name of the game for WWE signings the last 5 years was if they have any at all perceived relation to Roman Reigns or just Samoan blood, sign them. Because we're going to put them in the bloodline.
Right.
And now all of a sudden on a dime, they're just like, we have too many. Get rid of them. And
right.
No disrespect to Tongaloa. He's not the most gifted wrestler.
He's not great.
In that family, in that storyline, in that whatever. They did not release his longtime partner Tama Tonga,
who I think is his real world brother or cousin. Like they are more closely related than they are to most of the rest of the bloodline.
I do, yes, I believe so. But if you had to like gun to the head, you're releasing someone from the bloodline. I can see him being on the chopping block.
It would be Tongaloa. I do think JC Mateo is a confusing choice as far as that's concerned because he's really good. They didn't use him well, but he's really good.
It's not just that he's really good because he is, but he's a relatively not main event player name from New Japan, but still a big name from New Japan.
Mm-hmm.
They sign him, change his name, have him play bodyguard to Solo Sikoa, and a calendar year later, we give up, and they just let him go.
Yeah.
What was this?
I really don't know. And honestly, I would have thought, like, if there's anybody who's for sure safe, it's anybody who's in the bloodline. Even though Jason Mateo, I think, is like not related to anybody. But now I'm looking at it and I'm like, Solo's probably still safe. He's fine. I don't see them cutting Solo. But I am looking at like Hikuleo and the other half of God and being like, huh. I don't know, man.
Yeah, I got no idea what's going on there.
But like, even after this news came out, there's still people, and I don't know how much of this is like actual rumors or people just talking online because it's impossible to tell in 2026. But there's still people being like, "Oh, when are they going to sign Zillow? When are they going to do this? When are they going to do that?" For the other members of Bloodline who don't work there, and I'm like,
well, yeah,
there's a solid chance that they do, but like, what message is that sending? You know what I mean?
The message that I'm getting from this, and granted, WWE does really stupid decisions all the time, so maybe, but like the message I'm picking up is we're done with that. There's no reason to keep signing if you're just gonna throw some away anyways. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what the plan is anymore.
Well, and
and granted, the plan of just sign every Samoan guy you can find
probably not a great idea.
That wasn't really working either.
Yeah. It was for a while, but the Bloodline story like very much ran its course. Like I think we're kind of done with it.
It got too big, it got too bloated. There were two separate bloodlines running around.
Travis Scott was there.
They did the Civil War thing we're not going to talk about.
Fiend.
Yeah. Sami Zayn was in the bloodline.
Sami Zayn was in the bloodline. He's super Samoan, obviously.
Sami Zayn was in the bloodline, I think, longer than Jeff Cobb was.
I wouldn't be surprised. And I think he got to talk more. He definitely got to talk more.
A lot. Yeah. I don't know if Jeff Cobb ever said anything here.
Couldn't tell you. Could not tell you. The other half of this story is that evidently the reason why a lot of these people have been released was to save money, because TKO wants to save money. And as a result of that, they've also been asking some really big name people to take very dramatic pay cuts, apparently as high as 50%. Which has led already to two people leaving, and people are thinking probably others in the near future. But those two are Xavier Woods and Kofi Kingston, 2/3 of the New Day, the 2/3 that still are able to wrestle, unfortunately. I mean, not unfortunately that they can still wrestle. Unfortunately, the Big E cannot. Which is shocking. I think my opinion on this is in no way an outlier, but it's shocking. I think everyone thought for sure that they were going to stay basically until they retired in WWE. Like they're Hall of Famers in WWE.
I would have put real money on Kofi Kingston being a WWE lifer.
100%. Well, he's worked there, what, 20 years, 30 years?
Xavier Woods, too. I mean, I know that he started I think he had like a little TNA stint.
Yeah.
Before he was doing and then other stuff. But Kofi has been a name in the Fed for so long. And New Day, one of the most over-celebrated, successful WWE tag teams maybe ever. I know that's putting them in echelon with like Edge and Christian, the Dudley Boys. That's ECW first, but a lot of successful tag teams. But like,
I agree.
When you look at the WWE's historic disrespect of the tag division, having this like these three guys come together, specifically form a unified tag team,
right,
and then last for over 10 years
easily. Yeah, I don't know the numbers, but it has been as long as I've been watching wrestling.
I think New Day debuted as a team late 2014, maybe early 2015, somewhere in there. So no matter what, we're over 10 years.
Yeah, no, for sure. And it's like they only got they were not put together as like it wasn't writing or booking that got them over. They got themselves over. Like Xavier Woods, I think literally, the story goes, was like, if we don't get over, fire me. Like he was that convinced of it, and he was fucking right. They were one of the biggest things in WWE for ages.
He was trying to get something going. He went to Big E. I think he and Big E were like, we can do this, but I remember Xavier talking about how he were like, we got to pitch this to Kofi, and they were because Kofi's got like 10 years experience on them,
right?
So they were like, I don't know, he's big bro, but would he want to do that with us little nobodies? And then he did, and look what happened. His legendary tag team stuff. I have a deep wrestling fan need for them to go wrestle other places. These two,
yeah. Well, and everyone seems to think at this point that that place is AEW, which I think is probably the one that makes the most sense because they can get a contract there and then still go wrestle everywhere except TNA.
Yeah, I know it's embarrassing to be like, oh, big name left WWE, go to AEW. It's embarrassing the other way too. Like, oh, they left, they're going to WWE.
Yeah, absolutely.
But when you look at the tag team division in AEW,
it's really good.
Filled with dudes that New Day have never gotten a chance to wrestle.
Despite the fact that some of them were in WWE with them.
And people that everyone wants to see. I mean,
a New Day, Edge, and Christian match would go so hard. It would go so hard.
New Day Young Bucks will feed families. As
oh my god!
Say.
And we've been waiting for it forever, like since being the Elite.
That's what they've had a video game rivalry through like
even if they
E3 shoutcasting.
Oh my god! Even if they don't get signed, I need like do that match. Pay them for that match. Yeah, well, and because I don't know if you were following the like scuttlebutt online, but it was very much like, you know, oh, people are saying that they should go to AEW. A lot of people in the company are pushing for them to go to AEW, like, you know, yada yada yada. And then that Dynamite that week, there was like the main event. I think was a tag team match where all of the big tag teams were like around the ring. And it was just like, this is just them being like, look how good our tag division is. Just anybody who might be looking for a job in 9 months or 90 days.
Tony Khan seductively rubbing the tag team nipples. It's like, Kofi, Austin, you want to...
If there's... Well, if they're being asked to take this huge pay cut, which is what's being reported, we don't know the percentage. Although, I figured it was Meltzer, Sonras App, somebody from like who reports on this shit.
Yeah, the dirt sheets
was saying that like somebody took a 50% pay cut and is still with the company, and they didn't name who it was. So if someone took, I don't for a second think that Xavier like doesn't know his value to the company. I don't think that him or Kofi would take that.
I mean, look at the up down brand that he handed them.
Yeah, he doesn't. Yeah, that's what I didn't know. He doesn't own that anymore. WWE owns up down. So now that he's gone, I don't know what happens with that, frankly. I don't know.
They try to give it to they sign iShow Speed to specifically take over up down.
Yeah,
and play.
There's a non-zero chance that they do roll in like Logan Paul's content creator friends to start doing that shit.
Oh,
I could very easily see that. Actually,
whatever. I don't know. I wasn't watching it anyways, so who cares? I guess, but
it's crazy though. It's genuinely crazy. But since that tag match happened, the conversation like almost overnight changed to like they're almost certainly going to AEW. Like they're basically signed with AEW. I'm like, sick, nice, cool.
I'm filled with a potential excitement for them. Not that like I'm getting my hopes up in a way that they're gonna do something and then I'm gonna be let down, but the potential for them to... I'm just thinking of when Dean Ambrose left WWE and became Jon Moxley again.
Mm-hmm.
And he went to Japan. He became IWGP US champion, and then eventually the world heavyweight champion over there, and then AEW world champion all these times, GCW.
Yeah.
He's honestly just been like...
carried AEW on his back for a while there.
100%. And I just like, these boys have that opportunity to just really just go tour the world, and just see love from a different side of the wrestling world that they deserve. So,
absolutely. Well, and that's, you know, I think another bonus of them working potentially for AEW is that they do allow their people to go and work other places as well. Which I think almost certainly... I mean, look at what fucking Mercedes Monet's been doing since she got signed. She's been on the world tour.
Oops, all titles.
Oops took every title from everyone everywhere all at once.
And we love that for her.
And we do. And now she's almost out of titles, which means it's just in time for her to beat up Tekla and get me 10 points in our
maybe next year.
I don't know. Wembley's looking real nice.
I don't know.
But hey, speaking of things that may or may not be looking so nice, I don't really have much of an opinion on it, to be honest with you, but Nintendo has announced a new Star Fox game. New sort of, it's kind of a gray area, I guess, technically, because it is a remake of the Star Fox for N64, where, you know, new graphics, new voice lines, potentially some new story content. They're adding a multiplayer, and it's like co-op, and you can have all that stuff. But it is going to be, by and large, the same game from the N64. And boy, is it got a divisive art style on it, huh? I don't really care either way. I think it looks like fine. But the internet at war over whether or not Fox McCloud looks at all good.
Fox aside, I have this picture of Slippy on my phone.
I see. Okay, and that doesn't surprise me that you would think that he is cute.
No.
I think he's
that's not what I said. Not what I said.
You love frogs. You're famously like, I want to crawl inside their mouth.
I do love frogs. I've never said that. But I've got the here.
I remember specifically
right now. Put this in the YouTube video. Look at this.
I remember specifically we were watching Naruto, and it got to the part where he summons all the frogs, and you went like, "Oh fuck yeah!"
You little fucking liar! You and I have never watched Naruto together. I'm trying to get people to rewatch Naruto with me, and no one's signing up.
Not a whole lot here to say other than, you know, hey, whether or not we think it looks fine, which unfortunately I have the boring opinion of like, is whatever. Like, I don't think it looks good. I don't really think it looks terrible. It's not Sonic, the original Sonic design, but it's not great, I guess.
This is the announcement of this is the least surprising part of it, because I think me being one of the people that saw the Mario Galaxy movie.
Right, yeah.
As soon as I saw that, I'm like, okay, they're testing to see how people like Fox to make another game. And people loved Fox. So I'm like, okay, so we're going to do it. It's just a matter of when. And then they're here. Here it is. And then the reaction that I saw live in real time, and granted, this may not be across the board, but it's just what I saw, was like, we're making a new Star Fox. Yes! It's gonna be based on 64. Fuck!
Yeah, pretty much.
Everyone's really mad. It's like, stop! Do something else!
And we made them look realistic. Oh.
It's
I don't think that they look bad. I do think it's a weird choice. Like, I can't think of a single other Nintendo property where they were like, we're gonna try and make this look as real as possible. Like, there is an aspect of it where it is like, where people are like, I made Mario in Unreal Engine or whatever, and I'm like, I don't think it looks that bad, but it is like, I don't know, you do
AI generated. What if Mario was a real man?
Yeah, like, I don't know, you do so many like very specific, really good like art styles in your video games. I'm surprised that for this one they were like, what if Fox was a fox? Like, I know that sounds stupid, but like, yeah, it's genuinely a little surprising.
Yeah.
The other sort of surprising part of it is it's out next month. It comes out June 25th. The turnaround from the announcement to it being out real fast. And it's not full priced. It is $60 if you want it physical and $50 if you want it digital, because Nintendo is trying really hard to kill the physical games market. So, you know.
The unfortunate fact of the matter is, and I do not want to sound like a Nintendo shill by saying this.
Yeah.
I'm just saying this is kind of how it's going to shake out, is if you guys do want more Star Fox games, but you want something different than 64, unfortunately, I think you have to show them that by buying this one.
It's rough. It's a rough time.
I think they're cranking this one out. We got to prove that we'll buy Star Fox games, or else you're not going to get another. I don't know. It's icky. It's icky to say that.
Yeah.
But I think that's true, unfortunately.
They have already redone 64, I think, at least one, maybe two other times. So it is kind of the the Last of Us of Nintendo.
There's the 3DS one. There's that one on the Wii U that they look like puppets. I didn't play that one, so I don't know.
I thought the puppet thing was just a bit. I didn't think the game actually looked like that.
I thought I don't know.
I don't know.
I didn't play it.
I'm sorry, I'm not a Nintendo guy, unfortunately.
We'll read the angry comments about I can't believe you didn't play Wii U Star Fox. You don't have a Wii U, you liar.
Yeah, I remember the puppets from the E3 whatever it was, but yeah, I don't remember. But hey, also in Nintendo news, starting in September, they are going to be raised. That's almost what it is in Spanish. It was really close. I'm doing a great job. I'm multi-talented. They're raising the price of Switch to $50, which is not a huge amount, but we all kind of knew that they were doing it, that they were going to do it. So this isn't surprising. It does suck. So hey, man, here we are. It's a sign of the times, baby. That price is going up. I'm glad it's only $50, I guess. I think everyone else raised their shit like $100, so I guess raising it 50 is like not that bad. And then giving us a huge lead up, like what is it, 4 months before it actually happens. Mm-hmm. That's pretty nice. That's something. If you have to raise your price, that's probably the way to do it. You know.
Friend of the show, Steven's trying to buy a Switch 2 right now, and dude, hurry! If you can hear this.
Yeah. Well, you don't have to. You got until September, so you don't
do it now.
You don't gotta hurry.
Do it right now. Well, he wanted to do it last week. You better just do it now.
That's fair. I will also buy myself a Switch 2 between now and then. I don't want to come across as like pushing for other people to buy it, because like if it wasn't worth your money at $450, which I don't know that it was, it sure as shit isn't gonna be worth your money at $500. Yeah. But I have a video game podcast and an addiction to video games, so I do kind of need it, and so for that reason I am going to end up buying it.
We started this thing that we are not being paid to do.
Not yet. Subscribe, like, and subscribe, share with your
friends, please help.
And you know, like, you know, Pokemon Winds and Waves comes out next year, and I am going to want to play that for sure. So, and it's not like there's nothing I can play between now and then. Like, I'm going to play Pokopia once I get it. I'm going to probably play ZA, which I could play on my Switch 1, but I just haven't.
There's
the Donkey Kong game that I like am not really interested in, but it's there.
There's a slow building catalog of reasons to get a Switch 2.
Yeah. So and that's for me, who's like not a Nintendo guy at all.
Which is probably why the price is going up.
I mean,
they're like, now people want it.
Yes and no. I mean, it is because of like the state of, you know,
that's
what chips cost and tariffs and shit.
Primarily, that's it.
Like that's probably the biggest reason. But also, yeah, I think, you know, if they had launched this at $500 instead of $450, even though that's not a huge difference, it would have felt different at launch. Even though I guess the Mario Kart bundle I think was $5 something. So
I think it was. Yeah, it was just 5 even, I think.
Yeah, maybe. That sounds right. But hey, let's get into some gooder news. Gooder news.
Gooder news.
Okay, so we talked in the last episode about how that guy from Capcom was talking about the DLC for Resident Evil Requiem. It's out. It's a free update. It doesn't really look like much, to be quite honest with you. It's called Leon Must Die Forever, which is not a good title, but they're Japanese, and that's the English translation. So, you know, shit like that happens. And it's basically Mercenaries, but you only play as Leon, it seems like. To my understanding, there are not other playable characters, which is a little disappointing.
Just survival mode.
Yeah, it's like, it's a score attack situation. You know, you got to get the points and in the time limit and yada yada, et cetera, et cetera. So it's, you know, it's very close to Mercenaries mode if anyone's played those before. But it's just, it is the exact right, like, it is the best possible price point. It is $0. It's just a free update.
Yeah,
you have to have beaten the game to play it. So it is kind of like, you know, am I going to reinstall the game to play this? No. But when that story DLC comes out and I reinstall it to play that, I might mess around with it a little bit. I don't know. You going back for this?
I don't know. Am I going back for this? No.
Are you reinstalling for Leon Must Die?
Well, I never uninstalled.
Oh, well, that makes it easier.
But yeah, I this doesn't interest me at all. I mean, it's cool, it's neat. Other people can feel free to play it. I'll watch you play it if you want to do it, but I don't really care. But yeah, it's how can you be mad? It's free, dude.
Yeah,
So,
for sure. The easiest recommend is something that you don't have to spend any money on. But speaking of easy recommends, Xbox is doing something cool. This was kind of being like slowly dripped out, and I guess we don't 100% still know that this is true, but at this point it feels undeniable. Is they are almost certainly restarting that back compat program, as last week one of their executives, Jason Ronald, he's the guy with the really long beard if anyone's watched any of their content, he has been linking people to a website that they set up where you can share what sort of things you would want added to the back compat catalog. And frankly, I don't know why you would do that if you're not going to add something. So seems like that's pretty likely. I went in and was basically just like, add all the stuff from the original Xbox, because, like, you know, I feel like pretty much the entire 360 catalog's on there. So
I can think of a reason.
Just to be an asshole.
Why they would do it and not. No, just if we are really in the Matrix and they just power their future robot AI city by fueling us with suffering, then yeah, they would just push the button. You know, push the vote button, see if it matters. It doesn't. So that would be a reason. Yeah. I'm not saying that's what's happening here.
No.
I'm hoping for the alternative.
Yeah. A lot of the original Xbox stuff is not backwards compatible, and obviously the original Xbox doesn't have the whole catalog that the PS2 at the same time had. A lot of the stuff that you would want from that era, I feel like, has already been in some way re-released on modern platforms. So there is, I feel like a lot of those sort of like greatest hits are already there. Like Resident Evil 2 or 4 rather is already, you know, playable at fucking everywhere. A lot of things like that have already been brought forward to some extent. But, you know, hey, if you're dipping back into the well, I can think of a couple of games I wouldn't mind getting dragged up.
Yeah, like what? Give me some.
I think the Otogi games, I don't know if they're backwards compatible yet, but those were like original Xbox exclusives. I think any of those, like Oddworld? No, Oddworld's PlayStation. Oh no, but there was the Oddworld game where you're like a Western cowboy guy with a crossbow that shoots the little guys. Make that back compatible. I've wanted to play that literally since it came out and have just never, because I've never owned an original Xbox. So do that one for sure. Man, go back and get like the Ultimate Alliance games. I don't think those are playable right now pretty much anywhere except the new one that I believe is bad. I didn't play it, but I think that's what people said.
I looked up a list of Xbox only games.
Like original Xbox?
Yeah. Buffy the Vampire Slayer 2002 video game.
Yeah, hell yeah. That's probably bad, but do it.
No. I mean, I'm skipping over real games.
I'm looking for the funny ones to say on a podcast.
No. There's nothing funny about what we do. This is real.
This is very serious. We're very serious businessmen. I record every episode in a full suit and tie and top hat and monocle.
No, that would cross the threshold to being too silly if we could get the monocle.
Oh, I take it very seriously. I'm a gentleman.
The funniest thing I could say now is that there's a game called Bicycle Casino.
I don't even know.
No. Bicycle is a brand of cards.
But no, Bicycle is a two-wheeled vehicle.
Yes, that's true, but it's also the name of a brand of playing cards.
That seems impossible.
The reason I bring this up is just because when I read it, I thought it said Bionicle Casino.
Oh, okay. I think there were Bionicle games.
Yeah, but like a casino?
Yeah, man. Get the gambling to the kids. It was the first Roblox.
What are we talking about? Oh, Conquer Live and Reloaded's on here.
I do think the Conquer games are already playable.
Not this one, though.
Maybe.
I think this one's...
Who's to say? Who's to know? In other news...
Okay.
Hey, I feel like I've been saying this a lot lately, but PlayStation kind of had another bad week. So they did their earnings report, and they are still making money, which is good. Although don't look into how many people they had to fire to make that number still say plus and not minus. But one of the things that they did have to report a loss on was Bungie itself. The entire acquisition of Bungie. They are now reporting a $765 million impairment loss, which doesn't technically mean that they lost money. It's basically them telling their shareholders that Bungie has been that much devalued since the time they bought it, and that they no longer are expecting to get the same amount of return from them than they promised they would get at the time they bought them. So it's not as dire maybe as it sounds, but it is not great, certainly. They are saying this largely because of Marathon very badly underperforming. It's currently sitting at like 10,000 concurrent players, which for a multiplayer game that just launched a couple weeks ago is not good if you want it to last long term. As well as Destiny 2 player numbers hovering kind of around that same mark, because all of the people who made the really good Destiny 2 content have been pulled either off of it to work on Marathon or fired. So they haven't had like an expansion or any exciting content that people really want to play on the Destiny side for a little while. For context, they bought Bungie a couple of years back for $3.6 billion. So I guess they're now telling their shareholders that they should have only paid $2.9-ish billion, which is still a lot of money. So I don't know. We'll see what comes of this. If I had to put my sort of tinfoil hat on for this one, I would say that likely what they will do is panic, announce Destiny 3, work on that and keep promising it to shareholders for like 4 years, and then close the studio.
Yeah.
So, not looking great for fans of Bungie, although I don't think that's news to them at this point, especially ones who were Destiny fans, because I believe Destiny has just kind of fallen off. Basically, everyone I know who was a big Destiny fan has not been happy for a little over like a year now. So, it's unfortunate. R.I.P.
R.I.P. I remember beating Halo 3, and Bungie was like, "Thanks for playing. We're gonna take over the world."
Right.
They didn't,
and they sure didn't. They're also in the UK, because of some laws that are existing over there, although we'll see if it spreads. Are now also forcing some level of age verification. There's 3 ways you can do it: is either through giving them a photo ID, scanning your face, or there's something you can do with a phone number, and that one feels like way less intrusive, and I wonder how that one is on the same level, but like that feels like that's the one to do. So definitely do that if you're a UK listener, of which we apparently have a couple.
Hey, thank you, guys.
So good on you. There are some rumblings that these sort of things will be spread globally, in particular to America, because we are also putting a lot of... The reason that they're doing this is not because they're evil, necessarily. It's because there are new laws coming out to like protect minors, basically, on online games, which I think is probably, in general, a good idea, although the rollout of it is leading to some not great things like this. The idea is good. The practice, maybe not so much.
I mean, yes, the idea of protecting kids online from predatory practices,
right,
or people. Yes, of course, that's a good idea. But I think these companies and governments and everybody are just using that as a smokescreen to take your personal information.
To farm your data.
They don't give a shit.
100%.
They don't give a shit.
Yeah.
If they didn't give a shit 10 years ago, they don't give a shit now. They
That's
just have an excuse to farm our data.
Yeah, and it's, if you just choose not to do this, then the only thing you lose is that you can't use chat functions, and you can't
oh, dude, I don't do that anyways.
Yeah, and you can't like do certain online features. So me specifically on PlayStation would not affect me at fucking all. And even on like Xbox and PC, when I am playing multiplayer games, I'm usually not like talking to people. So as long as it doesn't block me from playing online games, which I'm actually a little up in the air about whether or not that's the case in this instance, I don't think it would affect me at all. I just wouldn't do it.
Do you want to hear something really fucking... This is going to make you mad. I know you don't give a shit about sports games.
Sure.
But this is going to make you mad nonetheless.
Sure.
I was fucking around with NBA 2K not too long ago.
Mm-hmm.
In order to play the career mode, you have to sign in to their little 2K email thing, because to play the career you have to be online.
Yeah.
Because remember when WWE did that island thing?
Right.
That is the hub world. You have to do everything through
the hub world.
This NBA hub world that, like, every time you walk through it, to walk to the game you have to play, you have to go through and see all the fucking
Right.
people dressed as their avatars.
Hey, y'all
just
remember?
standing in the lobby.
Y'all remember menus? What a fun time. There was some other game you were playing recently where they like added. It was a Ubisoft thing. They like added a bunch of shit, like online
I was
things.
replaying the Stick of Truth. I don't think it was online stuff. They just like the Ubisoft UI and like it tied into like their
The
Uplay
Uplay,
bullshit.
yeah,
And I don't have firm evidence, but I think it broke the game
sick, dude.
because playing that back on the 360, the game never, for me, froze or broke or crashed or whatever. But playing it after they slap all this Uplay shit into it, like the game would like freeze up in cutscenes and like characters would disappear. Just broke the game.
Right. Well, hey, don't worry, because neither of those two things are the worst thing the PlayStation has announced this week. The worst thing is they have.
Show me AI.
What's that? It's the number
Bing.
one answer. Wow, hey. I believe that they are talking about it right now to appease shareholders because all of the other news has been bad for them financially. In particular, the Bungie thing. So I don't know, maybe take it with a grain of salt. Hopefully this isn't as serious as they make it sound. But basically they were like, we're using AI all over the place. We're using it in all of our games. We're using it in a bunch of studios. He specifically name dropped that they were using, this is, I believe, Hiroki Totoki, specifically name dropped that they were using it at San Diego studio, which is the one that does MLB The Show. And the most upsetting one they could have possibly said, which is, of course, they're using it at Naughty Dog, which is it's like the crown jewel of their first party studio team. So that's deeply, deeply upsetting. It has me not feeling. I already was not feeling super great about their next game, Intergalactic. This is making me feel even worse about it.
We are using AI to put Nathan Drake and Sully in Intergalactic, and they kiss.
Wow, great, awesome. Yeah, it's. I mean, there's also part of the conversation, like this post that they put out where they're also trying to downplay it to the people who will be mad about it. So they're like, oh, it's not. We're not using it. They specifically said, by the way, generative AI, not just like AI. But they were specifically like, yeah, we're using it to like speed things up, which we know it doesn't. And we're using it to try and like save costs, which we know it doesn't.
Well, if it did either of those things, it would be by cutting corners and firing people.
By firing people, yeah,
so...
for sure. Yeah, which, yeah. So they are trying really hard to be like, it's not going to replace artists, it's not going to replace blah, 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 blah. It will. Like, assuming they're telling the truth and not just, blowing a smokescreen to, appease shareholders, which unfortunately, I don't know, I think it's probably a little bit 50-50 on that one. But I will say the reaction online has been unfortunately quiet, is what I'll say. There are a lot of people all of a sudden who are like, well, let's have a conversation about like what are the positive aspects of AI, and I'm like, really now? I wonder what's different about this particular AI story that makes you want to have that conversation now and not when everyone else was doing it.
I can see being quiet in the sense of
just being exhausted.
Hey, everybody, we're doing AI. Like, yeah, I bet you are.
Yeah.
I'm fucking not surprised. And you just have to let them learn the lesson themselves, I guess. Hope that it.
Yeah.
If
they had said different studios,
say no.
Had they not said Naughty Dog, I feel like that would have been a more like just like rolling your eyes and being like, okay, well, fuck you, would have been like. But Naughty Dog is one of not just like the best studios at PlayStation, one of the best studios in the industry, one of the most like considered to be big budget but still kind of artistic studios. Like whenever somebody is like, this game doesn't feel good enough, they are often and I think they're probably a little bit of a chud, but they usually want it to be more like The Last of Us or more like Uncharted. Like that, like for a long time, that has been the next to Rockstar, that has been like the North Star of what a video game studio should be. I don't necessarily agree with that take, but that's what a lot of the people talking about the industry will say. And so them coming out and being like, yeah, we're using generative AI now. It doesn't feel good. It don't feel right. You know what I mean? It's like you go to your 10-year high school reunion and like the good quiet kid is like I was gonna say like did a murder, but then I remembered that like someone from our graduating class got scooped for being a predator, so that's kind of worse.
Yeah, but I mean, everyone's probably got someone in their graduating class that's doing all
Statistically,
that. Statistically.
every graduating class has at least one criminal. Like, it's got to be true.
But how many have had criminals caught in a To Catch a Predator-esque sting?
Yeah. Next door to fame, us.
Statistically, probably still most. Probably.
Yeah, guess. Unfortunately, probably more than you would hope is what I'll say for sure.
At least they're getting caught.
True. Hey, you know what? It's because they don't have money, though. That's really the only difference. They'd get away with it if they were rich.
Here we are.
But yeah, so this sucks. We hate AI in video games. That's the stance of Ready Set Replay. I don't see that changing anytime ever. So we continue to hate this. There's one other thing associated with the AI thing that I'll throw in here, but I don't know that it really matters. Is as part of this, they also have announced an AI function on the PlayStation. It's a patent that they made. It's not on the PlayStation currently. That will automatically record gameplay clips for you and then offer them to you so that you can post them to socials, which I think is a bit much. It's not the worst thing in the world, but it's a lot.
The thing that I saw implied that the recorded clips are just immediately farmed for
social media engagement.
Anything PlayStation wants to use it for.
From what I saw, that doesn't seem to be the case, but I don't know. Okay. It's just a patent right now, so who knows?
Yeah, okay.
There's been a lot of patents that PlayStation put out that never came to fruition because people thought they were really stupid. At one point, PlayStation patented the weather machine to control the government. At one point, they patented like a little robot buddy who would like sit on the couch next to you and tell you how to beat video games. I'm not even kidding. That's a real thing. Look it up.
No, but I want that.
Well, he also was going to like service you ads, so.
Well, my friend has ad cancer. I have to throw him in the dumpster.
Well, let's talk about some things we don't want to throw in the dumpster. Let's talk about movies and one TV show. Let's start here with the most concrete piece of information we have here, which is there are 3 new castings for Man of Tomorrow that are being kept very secret as to who they're playing. Also, as an update to this, what's her name? Alessandra Arjona? I forget her first name. The one who we were questioning whether or not she was Wonder Woman or Maxima. Mm-hmm. One news source has said that she's Maxima, and everyone else is like, that's not what we heard, so I don't know. But that's the update real fast. But they have cast Matthew Lillard, best known for Scooby-Doo or Scream, depending on what kind of freak nasty you are.
Come on. Daredevil Born Again Season 2. Come on. That's what he's most known for now.
I don't know. Maybe.
No, it's Scooby-Doo. You were right. It's Scooby-Doo.
Okay. They also cast this guy, Andre Royo, who you probably don't recognize, but he was just in, to bring it back to Marvel, he was just in Daredevil Born Again. Punisher One Last Kill as the guy who runs the coffee shop.
Yes.
As well as a guy called Sinqua Walls, who I don't know him. It looks like the things he was best known for were like 15 episodes of Teen Wolf, and he was in that Jack Harlow vehicle, White Men Can't Jump. I don't know. He's probably good. He's really buff and really tall, so he's almost certainly playing some kind of superhero. But they specifically said about him that they are keeping his casting locked in a lead-lined safe, so it does seem like whoever he's playing is something that they very much don't want to get out. There's a lot of theories. All of them things that safe. They don't want Clark to be able to see it either.
Like Hornsweat's gonna see it and leak it? What does that mean?
For sure. He's been known. They're afraid that he's gonna be a Tom Holland about it, you know what I mean?
Ooh, a regular Holland.
You hate to see it. Too many windmills.
That was good.
Thank you. There a lot of theories, all of them just that. There's really no way to confirm anything about it. People do think that Matthew Lillard, and I do think these two are probably the most likely, is either playing Parasite, which I could see in that he's an older guy, so him being turned into a monster would mean that he doesn't have to like physically do a ton.
He's got a good voice. Please cue the audio of him chasing that home invader.
What's up, motherfucker?
What's up?
What's
motherfucker,
up?
what's up? I'm getting closer.
I'm getting closer. I love that, man. Oh my god. And also in the, I think probably at this point, most famous usage of the Man of Tomorrow as a title, Parasite was one of the major villains in it. So it would make sense for him to show up, even though Brainiac, I don't believe, is in that. And he's obviously the main villain of this. So it's clearly not a recreation of that. But, you know, there's some connection there for sure. And then the other one that people think he might be, and I do think the connection to the potential story here is weaker, but I could, for some reason, this feels like a role he would do really well in, is Ted Kord, the original Blue Beetle. That's another one people that's been floating around. I would really like that. For some reason, I don't know that that's going to happen though.
I didn't see that. I did see a fan cast of him as a Justice Leaguer.
Oh yeah.
I saw people saying elongated man.
Huh.
Yeah.
I mean,
and of course, it's just people talking shit, fan casting.
My immediate reaction was definitely like, "Why the fuck would you do that?" But then I remembered, well, it's James Gunn, so it could happen.
Yeah, he's gonna put him.
Can't rule it out.
So the listed cast for this, just running down. It says here that Mr. Terrific, Guy Gardner, and Hawkgirl are all in it again, and
the
then
whole
also
Justice Gang.
We know that Jon Stewart is in it.
Jon Stewart appears. Hal Jordan, not confirmed, I don't believe.
No, because he's gonna die, you think?
I hope not, but maybe. Or maybe he'll retire to some extent. When you look at that and you are just basically listing off Justice League members as the entire announced cast so far, there is a part of me that's like, fuck, she might be Wonder Woman. Arjona, she might be Wonder Woman. Goddamn. I weirdly feel like Maxima is more likely as a James Gunn as Pull character. But I wouldn't be surprised either way at this point.
I like the sound of Matthew Lillard playing Parasite.
I'd be down for that. Although,
that would be cool.
I would love to see Matthew Lillard play a fucking good guy. It's been a minute.
No, he doesn't do that.
He's
Shaggy the twice, and then for 10 years animated he voiced him. But no, he's a great bad guy. He's got a good voice for a bad guy.
He's got a great voice in general.
My fear for that would be that we know this is a big Brainiac movie. And so to finally get Parasite in a movie and then just have him
play second
super
fiddle,
sidelined.
Yeah.
I know he doesn't need to. He could be a grounded. I mean, look at what Clayface is getting. We couldn't get a big scary
Yeah.
Parasite movie. Come on.
Yeah,
I don't know. We're not in charge. We don't have the wheel.
Well, so I think I would prefer him to be Ted Kord, even though I do think that's a lot less likely. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, I am like, okay, so we already have announced to some extent that 7 or 8 heroes are going to be in this. Do I want these other guys to be heroes too? Because that's what a lot of the rumors for these other, because they're both black guys, so they're like, of course, one of them's going to be Martian Manhunter. Is what a lot of
that again.
Yeah, so that's what a lot of the casting. I don't think I think for Andre Royo, I could see it. He could do it. Cinco Walls, I think this might sound crazy, too huge. I think he's too big and too buff. Not as an actor, you know what I mean? He's played smaller roles, but as a human being.
Andre Royo was on The Wire.
I haven't watched it.
Me neither.
I know it's good. Apparently,
I'm just basically what I've just confirmed to you is that he is an actor who has done things.
No way. But if he's in The Wire, I don't know. He hasn't been in a lot of other things. I was gonna say he's probably good, but who fucking knows, really? I guess.
When he showed up in the Punisher thing, I was like, again, having not watched The Wire, I was like, I recognize this dude from something, but I can't for the life of me figure out.
Sure.
Wait. I just figured out what it was. I literally just figured it out.
Oh, no.
He was in Super, the James Gunn movie with Rainn Wilson.
Oh, well, that's probably why he's in this.
Yeah, probably.
I could see him being Martian Manhunter. I don't necessarily want that, but I do think Martian Manhunter is unlikely to get his own solo film. Ever. Mm-hmm. Although, fuck me, Clayface is getting one. So...
Yeah, that's... the fact that Clayface is getting a movie and they're working on a Bane Deathstroke team up movie, which we'll talk about.
What I mean, that's basically the whole story.
It's just like all bets are off. They can and will do whatever the fuck they want, whenever the fuck they want to do it. So
yeah,
they could do a Martian Manhunter movie. We don't know.
They could for sure. They could.
But if they did, then no disrespect to Andre Royo, but just the way that the Hollywood system works is they would need a bigger name to play him.
Yeah, if he was like a leading man,
they wouldn't get it greenlit.
Although. So. I don't know. Is the guy who's playing Clayface a huge name? Because I didn't really. I mean, he's handsome, but I didn't write like.
That's different. Him. That's horror.
Oh well, Martian Manhunter could be horror.
Horror. You could. Ooh, body horror. More body horror. Every other DC movie is just body horror.
You know what? I would actually.
Fun, colorful superheroes flying around, and then just people melting for 7 hours.
Yeah. I would not make Martian Manhunter a movie. I would make it so when he's not Martian Manhunter, he's John Jones. And he's a detective in like the middle of, I think it's literally called like Middletown or Middleville, fucking like Utah or Colorado or something. Like the middle of literally fucking nowhere. If they just made the TV show Resident Alien and they just pull Alan Tudyk out of there and put fucking Martian Manhunter, yeah, I'd watch that.
I think Martian Manhunter should be, and what I'm about to say, please take it 1000% serious.
Sure.
I think he should be the DCU's version of Stan Lee, where he just shows up in the background every once in a while. Just a random person turns green and smiles and shushes the camera and then turns back.
They should do what they did in the Snyder cut. But it's just a different guy every movie. Like every time.
Every
movie there's
That's
just a different guy.
That's better than what I was saying, where it was just like a person in the background kind of out of focus turns green and you're like, oh, there's Martian Manhunter. Like you have to find him. It would be better if every single movie there's a character that has like a deep heart-to-heart conversation with someone, goes out in the hallway, changes into a green alien, and says destiny or something, and then leaves.
Yeah, Cat Grant like makes out with what's his name, the sports guy, for 30 unbroken minutes on camera, and then she walks in the hallway, turns into Martian Manhunter, flies away.
She was Martian Manhunter. Was the important part.
She was Martian Manhunter.
Yeah, of course.
And he's like, "Wow, I can't believe I just made out with Cat Grant."
Yeah,
and he's wiping Oreo dust off his mouth.
Tony Chopper herself.
I know. What a
cool lady.
I know. I want to live her life. In other DC news, not other casting, but similarly with zero information behind it, the Batman has cast Brian Tyree Henry as who?
Question mark. I will say I posted that in the news chat that friend of the show, also a podcaster, Abrar, has access to because of a glitch in the system. And,
we let him in on accident.
And he immediately said, is he gonna be Harvey Bullock? Oh, Daniel.
Yeah.
This is gonna hurt to say, and hopefully he's not listening.
Yeah.
Is Abrar cooking here?
He could be Harvey Bullock. I do think that there would be an aspect of it where it's like, oh, we're just making all the cops black. What's up with that? Like I do.
That's true. Gordon's black too.
I do think people would be like very confused about that, but also like, who gives a fuck about Bullock? You know what I mean? Like,
oh, we do.
I feel like, to me, Brian Tyree Henry is a good enough actor that he should be playing a slightly more important character than Harvey fucking Bullock. I don't know who, though. Yeah. I have no idea who. But just who cares?
I said this when the Scarlett Johansson casting happened. It's just like she could just be playing a person, and so can he.
Well, he
was in Joker.
The second one I didn't see.
He was in the first Joker movie.
I do not even remember him in there.
As a guy who worked at Arkham, I think, and Joker stole some papers from. That was it.
Shit, man. I don't know. I only know him from Godzilla and Eternals. So
no, he's in better stuff than those. Come on.
That's all I know. That's all I've got. But I do think that this is going to be more like legally focused. It seems like it's going to be focused pretty heavily. The whole movie, not his casting in particular, is going to be focused pretty heavily on the Dent family. Because we've got Charles Dance as Dent's dad, obviously Sebastian Stan is Harvey Dent, Scarlett Johansson. I don't know if it's like hard confirmed or what, but she's apparently Gilda Dent.
She's Gilda, yeah.
So it does feel like that story is going to be something, and I don't know who Brian Tyree Henry could be in that situation. Because you would say, like, you know, who's a big name person in the story of Harvey Dent that, you know, I would say Sal Maroni, but he was already in the Penguin show.
No, he was Clancy Brown.
So it can't be him.
No, Brian Tyree's gonna be Calendar Man.
Honestly, go for it. Because it does kind of feel like, you know, as soon as you throw Gilda Dent's name around, it does kind of feel like it could be a Long Halloween situation.
But it's snow. We saw the snow in the pictures.
But that's the whole thing about Long Halloween is we go through a bunch of different holidays, and a lot of them happen when it's snowing.
That Halloween is too long.
It's too long. And then they did a sequel.
Was it good?
Yeah, not as good, obviously, but because Long Halloween's like one of the most famous comic books of all time. But it was called Dark Victory, and then they recently did another version of it that I have not read.
I've got Long Halloween right here on my shelf next to my desk.
It's really good. It's really good. You should read it.
Hang on. Pause the show. I'm gonna read it.
Okay.
Get it.
Yeah.
Jeff Loeb and Tim Sale. Oh, this is where I reveal live on air I can't read.
Oh no. Well, it's got pictures, so you should be okay.
This speech bubble that I opened this page to randomly says "perfect for a woman." So,
they're talking about the gun.
If anybody wants to look at this guy, he knows his Long Halloween.
There we go,
look
baby.
At this guy.
There we go, baby.
God damn.
They're like, the gun. It's a small gun. It's perfect for a woman. But I believe that they end up still thinking at that point that it's what's his name? Little Weasel Dick Falcone.
That was cool.
Thank you. I'm real smart.
We're having a good time here today.
In other casting news, and this is, I mean, I don't know what the fuck we can even speculate on this one. But Aaron Paul, best known for being Jesse Pinkman in Breaking Bad, has been cast in Fallout Season 3. Who knows what he could possibly be. This isn't even a situation where it's a DC universe where we can just like start naming characters, because the Fallout show has not had like characters from the games really in it.
And I don't think it's going to. It's not
probably
really
not.
With certain exceptions. Obviously, we got Mr. House. We saw
Mr.
Victor.
House.
So things like that.
I do.
He could be anybody. I mean, look at it like this. Like Macaulay Culkin was a Legion guy.
Yeah, just a guy in the lead. Well, now he's
now he's the guy.
Now he's the guy. Yeah. So hey, that's cool. The best I think we could hazard a guess at is like he's probably going to be part of some faction.
You look at Aaron Paul and you're like, this guy's not from a vault. He's dirty.
Well, do we even know
he's grubby
where season 3 is going to be?
He does Jet and Psycho.
Is season 3 still in Vegas?
Okay, I think from what I remember people saying when season 3 ended, or season 2 ended, was we're splitting the story.
Oh, right, because Ghoul fucked off to like Colorado or whatever.
He's going to Colorado, and Lucy and Maximus is staying in Vegas. So they're going to deal with the Legion in Vegas while he deals with the Enclave there.
Well, then I think you should add Aaron. I think Aaron Paul should be on the Ghoul side of the story then, because you're going to need somebody else to help over on that side if he's going off by himself, you know. You
think he should join the party?
I mean, I would hope he does. I mean, I don't necessarily see it happening, but I really like Aaron Paul. I'd be thrilled for him to hang out.
The exciting part for me here is and I know that he's done multiple things. Like he was in the Black Mirror for that one episode. People like that.
BoJack Horseman.
He's in Dispatch. Yeah, BoJack. People like that. I've never followed anything he's done past Breaking Bad, even though I really, really like him.
That's not true. You probably watched El Camino.
That's still Breaking Bad, though.
It's got a different title. It's a different thing. It's different.
It's the Breaking Bad movie. I think it's called El Camino, a Breaking Bad movie.
No, you don't. Subtitles are not canon.
Subtitles are the most canon.
Yeah,
they tell you what's happening.
That's fair.
No, I'm just like, this actor that I really like is showing up in something that I'm actively watching. I'm excited. It's fun.
Yeah. Well, hey, speaking of actors that we like showing up in something we were probably going to watch anyway.
Should I? Sorry, segue.
No, it's fine. No,
I'm derailing this conversation.
Yeah.
Should I play Dispatch?
I don't know. I haven't played it. It's apparently good, though. I think a lot of the voice acting is very stunt casted, but...
Yeah, of course it is. I saw a clip of someone saying Dispatch is Twilight for men.
I don't know what that could possibly mean.
It means so in Twilight,
we're not allowed to. Men aren't allowed to enjoy Twilight. I mean, I don't, but we're not allowed to.
Bella.
Okay.
She's got Edward and Jacob. You got to choose between that, and it's all about like, I don't know. They walk up and they're like, "You smell so good, Bella," or something like that. I don't remember.
Right.
And then,
sure.
And then that's Dispatch is that, but superheroes and the hot lady superheroes are like, "You're just a stupid little boy, but I love you anyways."
Right. Okay. All right.
So it's Twilight for men.
I feel like there's so many games that if that's the rubric, I feel like there's so many games that you could just say Mass Effect is that.
No, but Mass Effect is good.
Well, Dispatch is apparently good. It won awards. I haven't played it, obviously, but
well, I'm not the one calling it Twilight, though.
You are in my life.
I'm just relaying the information. You can cut all this. This is not important.
No, it's fine. No, it's keeping it. We're keeping it in, staying in forever. But yeah, speaking of actors we like showing up in other things. That we're probably going to be watching anyway. We got the, I believe, first full trailer for The Odyssey, starring Christopher Nolan's dreams on paper.
Yes.
A lot of really crazy things happening in this trailer. We get our first look at a couple of famous things from the book I didn't read, but I feel like at this point pretty much everyone knows aspects of that story at least.
There's an episode of The Simpsons that covers it.
There's the whole second season of Percy Jackson, or book of Percy Jackson, or movie of Percy Jackson, but don't watch that one. Is basically the Iliad. The Sea of Monsters is just his trip. But we see a whirlpool and a cliff that is almost certainly Charybdis and Scylla. We see the Cyclops that is probably Polyphemus, or I guess it could be fucking any of. There's a lot of them. I don't think we see the Sirens or any of the other we don't see I don't think we see Cersei. Do we see Cersei? Is that who the blonde lady was? That might have been Cersei.
Blonde lady was the blonde lady Charlize Theron.
Yeah, is she Cersei?
She's Calypso.
Oh, close. We were close.
Cersei is in the movie, played by Samantha Morton.
Okay, sure.
I don't.
But yeah, movie I think looks really good, cinematically very beautiful. I think the movie's gonna be really good. I'm a big fan of sword and sandal type shit, so I'm sure this is gonna be, finally a Christopher Nolan movie for me. But I will say here's my biggest takeaway. Are you ready?
Travis Scott's in the movie.
Travis, is he in the movie? Oh, he is in the movie.
He's in the movie.
He's gonna show a Fiend. He's gonna ruin it like WrestleMania.
He is. He's gonna walk very slowly.
Yeah, hopefully he gets eaten by a Cyclops or something. I don't even dislike him. He's probably fine. I don't know anything about the man other than that time he showed up at Mania.
I just remember that time that a bunch of people got trampled at one of his concerts.
Oh yeah, that did happen.
But I wasn't there, and I can't say it was his fault. I don't know.
My biggest thing is I think Tom Holland is the real villain of this movie. I think it's really a shame to see a man fall so far as to stop to cockblock Anne Hathaway from getting to hang out with Robert Pattinson.
I see.
And instead instead we gotta have him have her pining for Matt Damon's ass.
Yeah. Catwoman and Batman.
That's what I'm saying. Literally a match made in heaven, but no, fucking Matt Damon out of here.
Spider-Man has to get in the way for. Has Matt Damon ever been a superhero? I don't think he has.
Probably. I couldn't tell you.
I don't think he has.
Hold on. I'm going to his IMDb. Hold on.
He was the Martian.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Sure. But yeah, what do you think about this? I think this is probably going to end up being one of the movies of the year. So, but what do you think of the trailer in particular?
This has high potential to be the movie of the year. I did see this trailer in front of Mortal Kombat 2 on the big screen, which was so funny because I leaned over and said to a mutual friend of the show, Christian, who I was seeing Mortal Kombat with, and I said, these trailers have been all out of whack because they don't know the audience for Mortal Kombat is so specific and weird that they don't know what kind of movie trailers to show, so they just showed fucking everything.
Sure.
And so like there's just like horror trailers and like jump scare trailers, but then also like the Odyssey and there was one outlier that was like, is this a kids movie? I don't remember what it was. Yeah, I think I'm super hyped for this movie. Super hyped. And I think the silliest part, they found the silliest way to end this trailer. He's like, "Don't worry, guys. I think the big scary monster's asleep." Whoa! That's how it ends.
The big Cyclops. I don't love that the Cyclops' eye is vertical.
They keep saying that they imply that the Cyclops is shot practically. What do you mean?
Like the makeup is practical? Because he scoops a dude up. You can't. That's not. No. Nuh-uh.
Well, surely. I mean, camera. I don't know. But like, even
they said that really bad CG from Punisher: One Last Kill was shot in camera, and I don't believe that for fuck all.
They fucking lied. You know what? The only way. Let's complain about that for a second.
Sure.
That's what everyone's talking about.
It was really bad.
You know what? Sure, dudes. I believe you. It was shot in camera. It was a stunt actor that was not John Bernthal that you smeared his face digitally onto afterwards. And you were in a soundstage and he fell on a green box and you added the crappiest looking shit particle effects around him after the fact. So yeah, you shot it in camera. It's everything else we don't like.
You turned him into Joel from The Last of Us for a second.
It looked really bad. I don't know. They keep saying it's the same thing when Oppenheimer was coming out. And they were like, "Yeah, when you see the nuke, we really did that." Like, what do you mean? What do you mean?
Dakota Johnson. What do you mean? She did it too. I know the famous one is fucking Mystique, but I couldn't remember her fucking name.
Jennifer Lawrence.
J-Law.
Don't call her Mystique. Call her Katniss Everdeen.
I don't think either of them is particularly appealing.
One's better than the other.
Sure. What was the movie where she like invented a vacuum or something?
Oh, I didn't watch that.
It was like her name.
Joy.
Joy.
Because the vacuum sparks joy.
Sure.
I don't know.
Well,
remember, we were doing so well like 30 minutes ago, and now we don't know what we're talking about.
We know so much what we're talking about, and if you want to leave a comment about things that you know about, you can do so on Spotify and YouTube. Those are the two places we are. You're listening to us at one of those places, but theoretically, unless you're hearing us through your neighbor's wall as they listen to us very loudly, at which point you got a cool fucking neighbor, bro.
Thanks, neighbor.
Either way, leave a comment, share, like the video or whatever if you're on YouTube. Apparently that's like they changed the algorithm, so that actually like really helps with the algorithm now. So fucking do that. You know what the things are. You've listened to content before. Surely we're not the first fucking thing you've listened to, the first podcast you've found. Do all of the things that people want you to do. You can follow the show on Twitter at @RSR_POD. You can follow me on Twitter and Blue Sky at Daniel J. McG.
You can follow me on Blue Sky at Skyler 8-Bit. Daniel, really quick, here's another speech bubble from the Long Halloween.
Okay.
Tell me what page it is.
What page?
Up and away, or whatever the hell the expression is. What's happening here?
Up and away, or whatever the expression is. What the fuck? Who would even say that? Is it Joker? He's like the only one that I think would say that.
It is Joker. What's he doing?
Is it the Christmas bit where is he on the plane?
Oh my god, this guy's so fucking money!
I'm so good. I'm so good. Anyway, thanks everybody. We'll see you next time.
Bye-bye.
The game's just starting, the world's so bright. Jump right in, everything feels right. Press play, take a trip back in time where pixels and memories intertwine.